2009, 2010, they did a reality series at Bowman Gray Stadium. It was called Madhouse, and some of you guys saw it. For some reason, they were dying to have me to be the voice of Madhouse and kind of the liaison or personality. So we worked with them on the deal and had a good time. But from that came some other neat opportunities. And where was I was supposed to go to Lonesome Pine in Coburn, Virginia. And if you've never been to Coburn, Virginia, man, it is the epicenter of the universe. It's coal mines. These people are hardworking. They really love their racing, love their community. Harold Crook was the general manager at the time. Love Harold Crook like a daddy, man. He's been great to me. Good people. But Food City had found out that I had done the Madhouse series, and I'd got in touch with Harold and called me up and offered me a sizable amount of money for what it was to come up there and wave the green flag on their first race, first week of April. So I committed to do it. Well, Friday night, we were supposed to race at Withville. So we go to Withville, and we ran the crate car, and man, we were getting rushed up. I don't remember what was going on. We got rushed up. Anyway, we got out there, and we were about to go green, and I had to pee so bad. I mean, I was dying. We go green, and for some reason, we had qualified extremely well up there. At the time, Shannon Buckingham owned the place, and I think we qualified second or third. We were as surprised as everybody else did. It was our first year in crates, and we had a red flag about 10 laps in. And you know, when you're racing, you don't think about having to pee no more. But under that red flag, man, that urge was getting pretty bad. So I'm sitting there thinking, man, I got to pee, but I just didn't want to pee in my suit, man. It's going to smell bad. And just, you know, and it was like a 30, 40 lap deal. I couldn't do it. So I get to looking, and I see a little crack. I can see a little light in the floorboard in the upper left-hand corner. And I'm thinking, you know, I can write my name in the snow. I bet I could hit that hole. Well, I sit there and think about it from, nah, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. Well, the urge keeps on and keeps on and keeps on. I got to go right now. So I proceeded to get an inch of fire hose out of 4 inches of fire suit. And, man, I start peeing. And I realized pretty quickly that I wasn't hitting that hole at all. But I couldn't really tell where it was going. But at this point, I couldn't shut the water main off, so we had to let it go. And eventually some of it started running down the track. Man, and we're red flag. Some guy rides up on a four-wheeler, one of the officials. "You're leaking fluid." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's all right. Car's good. We're all good." He's like, you're leaking bad. You want me to push in?" "No, I don't want you to push me in. I'm good." So this guy reaches down and just grabs him some of it. He said, "It smells like pee." I said, "Because it is." He's like, "Oh my gosh." He takes off. I hope he went and washed his hands. But anyway, we wound up finishing that night. I think we ran second to Shannon. Now, I think he was about 17 straightaways ahead of us, but we had a pretty good night at Withville. And I was supposed to leave there and go straight to Coburn. On my way up there at the 77 interchange, Withville's about halfway. So, man, I jump on the highway and I get going. And we had this guy who helped us at the time named Carlos. Carlos was great help. And Carlos calls me. He goes, "Hey, man, do you have any idea why the truck would smell like pee?" And I was like, "No, not at all, man. You think somebody messed with us or something?" He goes, "I don't know, but it smells terrible." I was like, "Golly, why would it smell like pee?" I said, I don't really know." He said, "Man, I got all the windows down. That's the only way I could even stand to drive the truck." And I'm like, "Well, okay, all right." So about 10 minutes goes by, and I remembered, oh, yeah, I know what happened. So I called him back and said, "Carlos, are my shoes in the back floorboard?" And he goes, "I don't know, man. Let me pull over." So you hear the rumble strips. Whoa, 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 whoa. He pulls over. "Yeah, they're laying right here." I said, "Put those in the bed of the truck. Drive about 10 more minutes and call me." So he calls me back. "Don't smell like pee no more, man. What happened to your shoes?" So I was trying to explain it to him. We were both so tickled laughing at each other. We couldn't hardly stand it. So anyway, he made it back, you know, and I got my shoes washed and my fire suit and everything. No big deal. So had a good time at Coburn. We're up there, and they had two lines. They had a line for the hot dog thing, and they had a line to meet Bad Brad, big signs and all this. There were two guys standing about 4 or 5 people back, and they were covered. I mean, just looked like they had just literally been rolling in coal dust for 2 days. And all you could see was their teeth and eyeballs. They're just filthy. And one guy looked at the other and says, "Man, what are we standing in line for?" He said, "Man, we're going to meet Bad Brad." He said, "Who in the hell is Bad Brad?" And he said, man, he's the guy from the TV show. He said, I don't even watch that crap. I thought he was in the hot dog line. Made me feel pretty special. Definitely made me feel like a celebrity. Old Harold had to razz me about that too. He said, boy, don't that make you feel special. So these guys got their hot dogs, got their Bad Brad autographs. But I don't know, it was probably a month or so later. We were at Carolina. And I had gone down there, and I'd never been there before. Clint Elkins had talked me into coming down. Clint's a great guy, super smart guy, one of probably the most underrated guys in our sport right now. And Clint's he got us to come down to Carolina, and I was fixing to go out and qualify. I was about third or fourth in line. And Johnny Pursley, I didn't even really know Johnny all that well at the time. I knew who he was. He knew who I was. Obviously, we've been in safety for a long time. And he walks up, and he's got a Gatorade bottle, one of them 20-ounce deals. And he's sitting there talking to me, and he's like tapping it on the door or whatever, and we're just talking about this, that, and the other. And anyways, he says, well, good luck tonight. I said, I appreciate it. He goes, oh, yeah, I about forgot. And he drops that Gatorade bottle in my lap, and I'm like, what was that for? And he goes, well, in case you got to pee, I want you to pee on your shoes again. And so from then on, man, those guys at Carolina called me Pissfoot. So I wasn't Bad Brad to them guys. I was Pissfoot, but... yeah, if you ever get a chance to pee out of your fire suit through your hole in the floorboard and all that, make sure you miss your shoes. But real good times with those guys, man. That whole racing community, that was an NDRA deal down this area of the world. And it may have even been NDRA when we went to Withville, man. They had a good program going. It's been neat to see the way that the sport has evolved, and sure miss all the players from that program. But, yep. Definitely pissed all over my shoes for sure. And I can tell you, writing your name in the snow and peeing out of a hole that's about yay big, not the same program. Not the same program at all.